Ginger mead. 1 year later. How does it taste?
Well, let's find out. So, this is our ginger mead, as she said. It is 11.6% ABV. I did not take note of the final gravity of it, so I apologize. There was somebody that asked if we would do that. I will tell you that it is crystal clear and smells really nice.
It's not crucial that they be exact.
It's not to be exact, it's to give you more.
Okay.
If there was more, you get more.
Okay.
Because that's how we do things around here. In the bottle, it's very clear. There's very, very little sediment at the bottom there. And that's pretty cool because that means that after a year, it means we actually bottled it at the appropriate time. It had been settled enough at that point. So that's good. It could have been just a smidge better, but it's actually really, really good. Color.
It is pretty.
It's beautiful. It's really, really
It's
nice.
super clear. Holding it up to the light, it's just really nice to look at. It is, again, that amber color that you expect from a mead, but this is, I would say, slightly
goldenrod in
paler
color.
would be the word I would use, but more yellow perhaps than the true amber.
And the smell, it's definitely ginger honey.
It's a lovely aroma. Really it is.
Yeah, that is a fantastic smell.
It's funny, the first inhale, I guess, I was getting almost a floral note, more of the plant growing in a field of flowers, perhaps. And then the more that I investigated the aroma, the more it got to this strong ginger
kind of
notes.
Spicy.
Yeah.
But I get the floral notes too. I get like a wildflower note to it. I don't remember what kind of honey we used. Bad host. I have no idea what I put in this. But I like it that way because that way we don't have preconceived ideas.
Yes.
That's why I don't.
Yeah.
Some people would say that I'm just being lazy, and it's possible.
But through the magic of editing, you will know what type of honey we used, and you will know what the final ABV was because.
Well, we know it was 11.6.
I mean the gravity.
Oh, the final gravity? Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do the research for you.
Awesome. I'm ready for the short sip.
All right, let's get in there.
Wow. Wow. That's just good. That's just really good. Yeah.
Bye.
I remember we liked this when we tried it last. It wasn't like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, I remember
but we liked it.
Not liking it as much as I wanted to like it.
Yes, that is my distinct recollection as well.
My opinion has since changed.
So far, right off the bat, I got the spicy ginger, but it was so closely immediately followed by the sweetness of the honey. But there's a nice tannic quality too that coats your mouth a little bit, gives you a little viscosity to it. On the finish, it was relatively clean, and again had that spicy note of the ginger for me. Yes, I got all that from just that quick half a second.
Now, if you noticed while Brian was telling you his experience with the short sip, I just couldn't wait any longer, and I took my long sip while he was talking. Because it's just so inviting.
Yeah,
inviting
this is fabulous.
Would be the word that I would say, because it has all these things going for it. It's definitely a honey-based beverage. You don't even have to think about it. Somebody could pour it to you blind and be like, "Oh, this is definitely a honey-based beverage." But then there's notes in it that I just even can't describe, and that's really exciting to me. I'm really enjoying the mouthfeel.
Yeah.
The ginger is there, but it's not harsh. Sometimes ginger can be really harsh. And I appreciate that aspect of it, but I'm not getting that from this particular beverage. And with everything else that's going on, that certainly isn't a detractor.
Normally, ginger is not my favorite thing. I mean, I like ginger. I like it just fine. I don't love it, though. In this, the ginger mixed with that honey, the little bit of spiciness that it gives, the tiny bit of heat, along with it's almost a citrusy thing, kind of a floral thing. The mixture is it's magical. That's the best way I can describe it. It's just very unexpected. This aged incredibly well.
Absolutely.
Far better than I expected. When she suggested, I was like, oh, okay. You know, like, I remembered that one, and I was like, it was all right.
This has so many of the elements that Brian really enjoys in his Methaglens.
Yep.
But it still has this crisp, refreshing aspect to it that's unexpected.
Yeah, I think it's a little sweeter than I really want it to be.
But then the mouthfeel, it lingers with you, so it's not that crisp and then gone, poof.
No, this is rich and thick.
It still lingers and coats and soothes.
Yeah, this would be great if you had a sore throat.
Yeah, but it's not overly viscous either. Mm. So it's like, how do you properly describe this sensation? I don't know, but I like it.
Yeah, I mean, other than just saying this is really good, I taste the honey. Okay, that character of the honey is throughout from start to finish, which isn't always the case. There appears to be just a slight bittering through it, which I'm equating to the tannic aspect of the ginger. And don't take that as a downside. Uh-oh. That little bit of bittering cuts the sweetness of the honey just enough that it tastes sweet, but it doesn't taste cloying. It has this it's very hard to describe. It's very balanced. And that's the easy way to say it.
That's a really interesting point that you brought up that I didn't verbalize that I'm experiencing as well. And that's, I am getting honey notes from start to finish. Where normally we'll get honey forward or honey in the back end or something, and then the other it's honey, and then there's all these other things too. Yep. So
yeah, the bittering of the tannins is really amazing. The spicy note from the ginger, it's subdued, but it's there. It's like a back note underneath the sweetness of the honey. And all these things working together just really take that sweetness level back. So I'm glad this is a little on the sweet side. At first I thought it was too sweet for me, but I don't think so. I think it's actually just right. It could be just a touch drier, but not that much.
I consume a lot of ginger, probably more than most people.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you go out for sushi and they have the little pile of ginger, pretty much when we go out for sushi, that little pile of ginger is mine, and I just eat it all.
Now even more so. But in the last couple of years, I actually started eating it.
Right. But
now I can't eat it anymore.
But I'm trying to figure out, okay, how can I verbalize the experience of the ginger part of this? And it's not the pickled ginger kind of ginger, unless it's the sweetened pickled ginger, which I think is more typical in the United States.
Yeah, definitely.
But I was thinking about it, and I'm thinking more about a nice Asian dish where they add ginger into the sauce components, but they have a sweeter, lighter sauce with the ginger. That's the closest my brain can make a parallel with what the type of ginger experience I'm getting from this beverage, where it's definitely ginger, but it's not that potent ginger. It's not that really astringent ginger. It's just more of the warming, and refreshing ginger.
So now that you're saying that, I'm thinking this would actually pair well with a lot of Asian food.
Yeah.
Simply because of that, the ginger-esque notes that come through, which I know it's ginger mead, duh. But it actually, the ginger is lovely without overpowering, without being too much. It's balanced very, very, very nicely. I can totally see having this with Asian food. This would go, I think, really good with a barbecue sauce, like anything smoked or barbecued. Just for some reason, that seems to sound good to me. Yeah. It would go well with most desserts.
Yep.
As far as putting it into food, I would probably only put this into Asian food. I don't know that I would put this into many other types of foods.
I'm sure there's something that would work for that, but that's just what's coming to mind. And we're categorizing it in just Asian, but this would be excellent in Thai. This would be great.
Well, Thai is Asian.
Yes, but I'm talking about the specific genres.
Yeah, well, Thai is really where I was thinking, not like Chinese. Thai is where Thai, Vietnamese is really where I was thinking.
Right.
As far as drinking on its own, absolutely. Absolutely, I could put, a Glencairn because I can't do a whole mug of it, and just sit there and drink it. It's really that good. It looks pretty, it tastes good, and it has a decent alcohol content, so it'll preserve well too. I mean, this lasted in just a simple screw top, and I think this is a recycled bottle. Yeah, it is. I can still see a little bit of gumminess from the label that we removed. So it lasted a year. No ill effects, nothing. People ask all the time, how long can meat stay? Long time. There's no worries there as long as you do it properly.
But after this tasting, I'm afraid it's not going to last much longer.
Yeah, it's not going to last any longer. This is going to be bad. I don't normally like to put numbers on our 1 years, but I think we can do one on this one.
Oh, sure.
Do you need a moment?
I think I'm good.
All right. I'm ready to. 1, 2, 3,
9.
10. That's right. I gave this a 10. You gave it a 9, so you get to explain.
I gave it a 9. I was thinking 9.5, to be honest. But I gave it a 9 because we're still in our fast.
Yeah.
Truth be told, which means we haven't eaten yet today.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to be more realistic and going, okay, am I just super amped to have a sugary beverage in my system right now with some alcohol that might be going, woo, yay? Or am I overly excited because of ginger and I really, really, really like ginger? Or am I overexcited because it's making me think of sushi and I really, really, really like sushi and we don't eat that anymore? So I knocked it down because I was feeling perhaps I was having an irrational, illogical, emotional response to this beverage. And so I didn't want to elevate it to the extreme. But is there anything I would change to this? No.
That's why I gave it a 10.
Is there any reason why I would not go, hey, where's the ginger meat?
Yeah.
No.
See, I remember when we first made this, I had a bottle on the side and I was like, oh, I'm going to like this one so much. And I drank that bottle over a few days and I wasn't thrilled with it. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite thing. This is different. This is so much superior to what that was. And I gave it a 10 based on my criteria of, could I make a better expression of this using basically the same concept of recipe? I don't believe so. I don't believe that anything I would do would improve this to a point that it would be better than it is now.
That said, using this recipe as a base and adding notes of other flavors in might be kind of cool because
but now it's not just a ginger mead, now it's a metheglin.
Oh, sure. But that doesn't mean this recipe needs to change. No, this recipe...
No, this I would do exactly the same.
It's very nice.
If you're considering making a ginger mead, it was actually a really simple mead to make. If you're considering, do this. Seriously, it's that good. And when you make it, don't drink any of it. Just put it away for a year.
Let it wait for the year.
Wait a year and drink it then.
Trust me.
Yeah. Your patience will be rewarded. If you like this video, look up. There's another one up there. You might like that one too.